Hello, potential new volunteers. My name is Linnea from Napa Wildlife Rescue. I'm the Wildlife Rescue Manager, and though there's one of me, we really run on an army of volunteers. There's no way we could take care of over 1,000 animals every year without them. We have a wide variety of volunteer opportunities available, from helping in our hospital to helping in our summer songbird clinic. When we start the clinic at 7:30 in the morning and go until 8:30 at night, we still have patients in winter, like right now, and we still need care for them. So we always are looking for volunteers year-round to help us out with the animals.
Hi, I'm Carol Poole, and I'm with Napa Wildlife Rescue.
Hi, I'm Jane. I'm one of the volunteers with the Wildlife Rescue of Napa Valley.
My name is Colleen, and I'm a volunteer at Napa Wildlife Rescue.
Hi, my name is Dana, and I'm a volunteer at the Napa Wildlife Rescue. I'd like to talk to you about why you should volunteer. I've really never volunteered for very much in my life, and finally I thought I want to do something. So I was looking for something that I thought I'd be good at, and also that would be of an interest for me. So having the opportunity to be able to come here on Friday evenings and volunteer, and some Saturdays as well, has been the most amazing experience of my life. I had no idea what I was walking into. I instantly had a huge group of friends that I never thought I'd ever have, like instantly, because we all had the same common goal, working together to help to bring these animals back, rehabilitate them, so we could then release them back in the wild and back into the families that they knew and the neighborhoods that they were familiar with, which was so important to me.
When I first signed up to volunteer with Napa Wildlife Rescue, they were offering training classes at the Napa Valley College. And I went to the class, and it was so informative. And they explained to you everything that you would need to do. And they explained to you all about the different species that you might work with. And it gave you a little bit of confidence that when you came in, you would kind of have an idea of what you were going to do.
The training here is very thorough, and yet it's not overwhelming, I'd say. When you're a volunteer, you have a commitment for at least 4 hours a week. And I thought, well, that's doable. And it was.
There's a lot of different ways to volunteer for Napa Wildlife Rescue. If you really want to work hands-on with animals, we take in small mammals, and we have people that know a lot about small mammals and can gradually teach you how to handle them. And you'd probably start by cleaning cages and giving them food, and then maybe helping with exams, and then helping move them from one size cage to another cage, and eventually to release, because that's the goal, of course, to get all the animals back out into the wild. If you're working with songbirds, which most people do work with songbirds, because that's what we get the most of, especially during the summer months. It's this incredible opportunity to learn about the different species and what they eat and what their habitat is, because we really try hard to keep that in mind as the bird is going through rehabilitation here. And so there's some people come in because they've always loved birds, they know a lot about birds, but most people come in just because they want to help get these injured animals back out into the wild. And so there's a lot to learn. You get to see so many interesting different birds. And in the spring and summer, we get in a lot of babies. And so you're spending just a lot of time. I mean, you start right out feeding the babies, because they have to be fed starting out every 20 minutes, then every 30 minutes, then 45, then an hour, then 2 hours. It just, as they grow, the feedings become less frequent. But when they're little, it's very demanding. And so, you have to learn to keep this balance of taking care of these birds without getting them too used to people, because then it makes it harder to release. So you always have to think of this as wildlife and not pets.
Volunteering for wildlife rehabilitation is important to me. Sometimes I think that wildlife gets taken for granted. They're not companion animals, so sometimes people think, well, it's just a squirrel or it's just a bird. But to me, all of those little lives are important. And so I love coming in and helping them heal. Sometimes you're there and an animal will come in and it may be a baby and it not even have its eyes open. And so it goes into the incubator. Or it's an adult that needs immediate medical attention for an injury. And then every week when you come in, you see that animal, you may see that animal improve. And you'll see him go into a larger cage and his feeding habits get better. And then eventually he goes into a big enclosure or into the aviary. And then one day you might get asked to take that animal and release it back into the wild. Or you'll come in and that animal is gone and you find out that he went back to his home. And I find that very satisfying, and I'm glad that I have an opportunity to partake in that.
If coming up to our clinic is not something you can do on a regular basis, we also offer volunteer opportunities from home. You can answer our public information and injured animal or orphaned sick animal alert hotline, our Hawk line. You can answer that from home. You also can do at-home rehabilitation, taking care of young squirrels, opossums, or other young creatures until they're older. It can go into pre-release cages and be released. So we really do have opportunities for all different kinds of people.
If you just have a slight inkling that you might be interested in animals and give this a chance, I think you're going to probably be captivated, just like I was. I just can't imagine anything else I'd rather be doing at this point in my life. It's like I retired from one life and now I have this other incredible life of going out and being with these birds, and it's really, really rewarding. It's really satisfying. And so I hope you give it a chance. Join us here.